This is Radio Plasma, a space dedicated to the exchange of ideas, conversations, stories, music, performances, and randomness. Listen at radioplasma.com. Also, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher.
Welcome to Radio Plasma. I'm Johan Roshi Vega, and it's my honor to welcome on this session Claudia Acuña, and we're going to be talking about different things related to Claudia's career, history, and relevance as a jazz singer, performer, and artist, and also to talk about a concert that is happening in our area here in the Pioneer Valley in Western Massachusetts. Claudia, bienvenida y muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Hello, dear friends. Hola, ¿cómo están? Es un placer estar acá compartiendo contigo y llegando a todos los amigos que te siguen. It's great to be here with you and with everybody who follows your show to share a little bit about my life and who I am. And the most important thing, this beautiful concert we are doing March 6th. Este lindo concierto que vamos a dar marzo 6. Me da una ilusión mucho poder compartirlo y hablar con ustedes.
Your career began in South America, Chile, and you were always driven into music.
Yes.
You were always immersed into singing, performing, appreciating what music makes, how music makes our lives better. And I guess I want to start there. Creciendo en una cultura tan rica como es la cultura latinoamericana, con influencia de tantos autores, compositores e intérpretes que son legendarios y tan influenciarios en toda la América Latina. ¿Cuál podrías decir que fue quizás la canción, artista o estilo que te guió a decir, yo quiero hacer esto?
Wow, qué difícil pregunta, porque me estás llevando a mis inicios. Sabes que más allá de una persona, de un estilo, yo creo que simplemente fueron las melodías que escuchaba, porque desde que tengo memoria no recuerdo haber querido hacer otra cosa, es como escuchar cantar o una melodía de un pajarito o de los canarios que mi mamá tenía, o de una canción que sale en la radio, o cuando mis padres compraron un televisor y aparecía un musical y algo me llamaba la atención, un acorde. Si bien es cierto, y todo eso siempre fue como quiero hacer esto y quiero hacer esto. Y si bien puedo a lo mejor remotamente recordar a mis inicios, creo que Violeta Parra fue la primera persona, mujer, músico, artista que conocí, sabiendo que ella dedicaba su vida a esto y con ese compromiso y ese llamado a decir esto es lo que yo quiero hacer de mi vida. Muy pequeña, ¿me entiendes? No con la claridad, la experiencia que tengo ahora. I think early in my life, many things were very attracted to me, from melodies that I heard where I live to something in the radio. I don't come from per se, a musical family. It was not like my father played this instrument and my mother sings beautifully, you know. I come from a working, regular class. And for a long time, even my parents did not want me to do music when they realized I was not joking. But if I have to say and go really, really back, I think Violeta Parra, it was like consciousness, the first person that I was like, whoa, I don't know where exactly. I don't think I'm gonna be exactly, doing that, but that I want to do that, and that call, that I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe the similar thing is when you meet someone and you fall immediately in love, and people said like, I believe in love at first sight. That was me and music, or music and me.
And I really wanted to touch on this at the very beginning of your career and this point of starting with that inspiration, because it's so important to acknowledge this point of the beginning, knowing that when you got into music and started performing and getting involved with other artists and musicians and learning from all of these experiences to the point where some years after you are now in New York with this goal in your life saying, I'm here because I want to pursue music as a career, and I know what I want to do and I know how to do it, yet I have to figure out how to make it happen being here. And thinking particularly about jazz as the most influential music genre from the United States that takes so much inspiration from so many different roots and cultures and backgrounds, including Latin American roots. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that connection back to your origins is still present in what you do today?
Oh, wow. I think it's been always present. It's just something that started very shy and very like secret love affair, almost like talking to me and myself as a kid, to a force of nature, something beyond my expectations, something that has been extremely present, always there, but has grown and have wisdom. And now, instead of speaking to myself, I've been so honored and blessed to have learned and continue learning from musicians and people that constantly teach me. I think if we're open, everybody and almost anybody can teach us something in the most delicate sometimes way, or in the most not obvious ways, and inspiration. So I think if anything, it has never changed. It has just gotten solid and unapologetic.
When you were signed to Marsalis Records, how did that felt?
Great. It's like, some people think about, man, when I like this type of cards and I'm going to show off. That's kind of how I felt. Like, excuse me. It seems like Branford Marsalis want me to be in his label and do a record with me. Sorry for all the noises and the background music. It's my kid who is sneaking in the kitchen to get sweets. You see, I'm a mom.
And I'm the kid who's always running in the kitchen quietly getting sweets.
In times of pandemic, this is what happened to all of us, especially the people with kids.
And this is so special to mention because during times like this is where the needs to make our life the most normalized, such a weird term, but yes, it's what we need to do. Yeah. And going to that need of having music, having art, having performances is what actually has us today being here. And sadly, that is not in person right now, but at least we can do this. And I guess that drives us to what is going to happen on March 6th at the Academy of Music in Northampton, where you are going to offer us a live performance that is going to be live streamed. How do you feel being able to do this, especially after a year of living in this isolation?
The people that know me, they know I'm very driven. I mean, not for, I'm laughing because it's like I came to this country not knowing English, and I came with zero expectations, but with a bag of dreams. And when this, and I guess this is also what I inherit from my mother, my father, and my ancestors. You know, this is the spirit that lived in me, the resilient in all of us. When situations like this, instead of looking at it as an obstacle, looking at it as an opportunity. We live from performing, literally, from paying our bills to our spirits, you know, and music heals. I'm saying that this is a singer, composer, band leader, but also as a listener, you know? So I feel great doing this, taking this chance. Why not? If tomorrow something happened and this world is end, I'll be grateful to live this planet if I left it doing this. Because in this, I'm also showing my child a character that I would love for him to have: resilience, think about the box, take chances, you know, why not? What could be the worst? Nobody buys a ticket and we just play and we have a beautiful recording and I come home negative in my bank account, but it will not be the first time that I'm negative in my bank account. So all that motivate me. And also I love new things, and I have a team, a production company, you know, Lullaby Productions, my musician. I'm not doing this alone. It's a team here that is we're pushing this out together with the idea not to replace the live audience, but as an option. And the fact that people are going to be live with us, like in their little bubble, como una burbuja sideral, le digo yo, it's incredible because we're going to be present, we're going to have that experience and we're going to experience the experiment together, which I think is so unique. And I was telling this to somebody else in an interview, and I shared this with my team. Imagine we come back where we can perform with a full house, from people like me that I can be in front of 1,000-room people to someone like Stevie Wonder, who could have a stadium. And imagine they keep adding this chance of having audience from different parts of the world via Zoom, to have that experience of connecting, to be able to see someone that you love, but the chances that you can travel, that you can be at the same time, also to keep educating and informing people about things that for artists, we wear the hat. Like, I'm an environmental, I'm an advocate for Montclair Air Force, for women's right, for survivors of domestic abuse, for right for children. So it's so much more that we can share in those and expand it. So I'm excited to be doing this, you know?
I think this innovation that is embedded on continuing figuring out ways to make things happen, and especially going to the mention you did of being an immigrant, where the experiences of coming from places where things are scarce or limited or not even existent as a possibility, it forces you to be creative.
Mm-hmm. O como decimos nosotros en Chile, la necesidad tiene cara de hereje, y el que no cruza el que no cruza el río, no, ¿cómo era? El que no se tira al río no lo cruza, ¿cómo es?
So it's really important to see how, as a team, and again, going back to that mention you did of learning from others, the little experiences that every one of us we have had with arts being creative, technology, and putting all of this together is what is making possible to offer this concert happening on March 6th as part of the International Woman Rising Series. And that connects with what you just mentioned about being a woman and being an activist and being someone who advocates for different things that are important and that are also part of the reason of why do you do the music you do.
Correct. Absolutely. I mean, I have never, maybe when I was younger, a lot younger, and I didn't speak English, I would sing certain songs because they were classic or I love the melodies, but it was one of the most beautiful experiences when I learned and was able to understand English. And las palabras tienen mucho poder. Words are very powerful. And the only difference between my instrument and another one is that I have the quality of using words. And I think that's a tool, that's a force that I don't take lightly. And I cannot sing things that I don't feel. Yo siento que el poder, la responsabilidad que tenemos los cantantes sobre todo, que somos diferentes, lo único que otros instrumentos que nosotros usamos la palabra, y la palabra tiene mucho poder.
Y hablando de la importancia de las palabras, que se amplifica aún más cuando en tu caso, manejando dos idiomas, el español como tu idioma nativo y el inglés como tu segundo idioma, hace que todavía el mensaje tenga un significado mucho más profundo. Porque una misma expresión la puedes decir en los dos idiomas y puede tener un impacto mucho más profundo e inclusive un significado más amplio. En ese sentido, como mujer inmigrante, como artista, como creativa, como madre, como un rol a seguir, ¿cuál sería un mensaje que le podrías dar a jóvenes, tanto inmigrantes como jóvenes en los Estados Unidos con raíces de diferentes culturas, para no dejarse vencer por la duda, por el miedo, por el status quo y seguir sus sueños, sabiendo que los resultados se pueden dar si uno se empeña en ellos?
Lo que me pides decir lo voy a responder con todo el cariño que le tengo a todos los que escuchan esto, sin querer profesar ni dar consejo, solamente desde mi experiencia. El miedo paraliza. Con el miedo no se hace nada. De esta vida no hay otra. Y lo peor que puede pasar es que te arrepientas, que te equivoques, que no resulte inmediatamente, pero por lo menos lo intentaste y no te lo vas a preguntar cuando seas mayor. ¿Qué hubiese pasado si me hubiese arriesgado, si lo hubiese intentado? Nunca dejes que el resto, aunque sean tus más cercanos, padres, madres, te digan que lo que sueñas hacer es una locura o que no lo hagas. Si hay algo que quieres que va más allá de lo que puedas explicar y es un llamado que lo sientes como un fuego en el estómago, te invito a que pasito a pasito no te olvides de ti, porque olvidándote de tus sueños te olvidas de ti. Y a este mundo vinimos a ser felices dentro de lo que se puede, a tener una vida ojalá con vocación y sentido. Y el resto, cuando no resulte, no te des por vencido. El camino nunca es fácil y a veces llegas a una meta, pero después hay que mantenerse y el trabajo siempre es duro, pero yo pienso que más vale trabajar duramente en algo que uno ama a ser un amargado trabajando para algo o para alguien que uno ni siquiera cree.
Muchas gracias por este mensaje. Y no tan solo escuchándote, creo que es también un recordatorio para quienes sienten que están ya establecidos en algo. Aún
Sí,
hay.
sí, y sabes que una cosa más que me gustaría agregar, que esto a mí me lo demostró una de mis abuelas. No hay edad para seguir tus sueños. Si hay alguien que me escuche que tiene 70 años y dice, pucha, se me pasó la vida, no, señor o señora, todavía está acá vivito y coleando. Démosle, mi abuela se graduó del colegio a los 70 y pico de años, porque era su sueño. Y con eso, con ese pequeño ejemplo, yo la amé, creo que más de lo que ya la quería, porque uno quiere a los abuelos, porque sí, porque mi abuela también, ¿no? Pero con eso la amé profundamente. You know what I mean? Like, I command everybody, it doesn't matter your age or where you come from. If you forget about your dreams, you're forgetting about who you are. And close your eyes and don't ever be afraid to follow your dreams, because you do not want to ask yourself later in life or in any point in your life, what would have happened if I would have taken a chance? Because you're taking a chance on yourself, and that is valid.
Talking about what is going to be your performance for this concert on March 6th at the Academy of Music in Northampton. You're going to be performing with a quartet. You're going to have Pablo Vergara on piano, Carlos Henderson on bass, Juancho Herrera on guitar, and Rodrigo Recabarren on the drums. And
Yeah,
of
and a
course,
few special guest surprises.
So what can you tell us a little bit about the repertoire that we kind of have a little hint?
Yes, you can have to absolutely know exactly what you're going for. So you can choose either one or the other one or the whole pocket, you know, el grupo entero. The first show, it's going to be a complete retrospective and trip to all my albums as a solo artist, my 5 albums, from Wind from the South to my first album to the latest, Turning Pages. And in there, I'm going to have a dear friend from distant performance, one of her songs, which is the amazing Martha Redbone. And part of celebrating Women International Day is also I wanted to bring a couple of other women to almost, I feel like we always have to pass the I don't know, la torcha, you know? And then in the middle of, and before the second show, I'm gonna have somewhere there another very, very special guest, a surprise, but I won't say her name right now. And we're gonna have like a meet and greet, sort of speak. And then the second show at 8 o'clock, I decided to do it a tribute and a very respectful and meaningful tribute to the art of the bolero, el arte del bolero, muy al estilo Claudia Acuña. And then there's going to be another singer from Hungary who's going to sing an iconic bolero in both of her native language and Spanish.
That's an amazing teaser of being able to listen and enjoy music that is so influential in whole Latin America.
Yeah.
And bringing the cultural blending of the different languages put together, right, and listening and enjoying how well they go together.
Yeah. You know, and the beauty to also bring 2 women that, I mean, I love their, you know, Martha is like my sister from another mother. Nikki is a longtime friend who's young in the career, but I think she have worked really hard and I love what she's doing, you know. And I think, again, like what you said, blending the culture, look at someone who come from that part of the world and it's doing this bolero, and you know.
And that gets me thinking, your experience being in New York has been the perfect exposure to the most diverse palette of colors, languages, accents,
And that's why I
genres.
moved here. That's why I moved here. I didn't want to just move to the United States. I wanted to move to New York, because if you ask me, if it was just to move here, I would have moved to Miami for the weather. I don't like the winter. I can be at the beach all day long. But I wanted to move to New York because of all the things that you're saying,
It's interesting how also you have explored so many different genres, and one of them that has been a fascination, and actually one of the very first times that your name stuck on my memory as of, wow, so you are into everything that is, especially in New York, is particularly this song Free Your Soul that you recorded with Lou Bega and Luisito Quintero, which is a really interesting blending of house music with Latin jazz and this organic, very New York sound that you were part of it in the vocals. Just curious, how did that happen?
Well, I got the chance to meet Louis Vega almost very shortly after I arrived to this city and this country. And I used to go to his studio and work on demos and things. And I recorded a couple of songs for this Three Generations Walking, Slaver Days, and another song, Do You Know? And Louis loved my freedom, my way of singing, and that he can put any groove and melody and I'm gone, And because of the community is very small in New York, I met very soon Luisito because he's an outstanding musician and come from a legendary family. And he recorded in my second album and my third album. And then, Louis Vega knows Luisito and he put this together, I have no credit there except for he called me and I was just like, oh yeah, And I love because people all the time when they hear me that I sing that song or is this other song for a movie, they're like, I couldn't believe it was you. Like always people think that because they need to put you in a box, let's say, and now according to critics, I'm a jazz singer. Some people in many genders, I think this happened. People sometimes have preconceived it, and they don't even take the chance, and like you could be so surprised about an artist,
Yeah, and it was enjoyable to see that you it's not that you are adapting to a genre, you are you sing your heart out the way you do, and it magically fits into anything.
I don't think I can do reggaeton.
Maybe because we haven't yet connected the right producer for it. Who knows?
I come back with a single and it's a reggaeton. I'm sorry. I'm silly.
So how it is to prepare for a show like this where there is not going to be an audience in person, but you are going to have an audience and you are going to have the opportunity to see through these screens in the stage. So it's a simulation. But how do you prepare for this show?
I've been preparing for this show a lot because I've been co-producing, and because of the concept, I have to sit down and listen to all my records, and it was not easy to find a set, and boleros is so many. So it was very difficult, you know. But I learned this very early in my career, because when I first started, I did sing more than a couple of times to a complete empty room, or maybe one person. And I never forgot, I was singing at this club with my band, and it was 2 people. And the club owner still made us do the second show, even though it was 2 people, you know? So we went, and the people came after and said, I'm amazing. I felt like you were singing for a whole full room, and I was so captivated by you. And then I realized it was just the 2 of us. I feel so bad. And I said, don't be, because maybe we all thought it was only 2 of you. But how do we know it was more spirits and energy sitting here? I learned really early from one of the most amazing mentors that I have, which it was Abby Lincoln. We have this conversation once, and I never forgot. She said something like, it doesn't matter if it's one person or nobody, you sing your heart. You don't let anything stop you just to. And again, you know, I'm not singing just for people. I sing it because it's a call, because I love what I do. And I love to be in a space that I can really sing my heart out, and not in my apartment where I'm afraid that somebody's going to be like, ta, 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 you know. I'm just kidding. So, and the fact, again, that we're doing this experiment, and that people are going to be there from different parts of the world, and my parents are going to be there, that, you know, friends, people that I don't know, I'm just happy. And I just hope and pray and command that all the forces are going to be with us, and everything is going to work smooth, and people are going to enjoy it, and it's going to be successful. And this crazy thing that we got an idea, people are going to be like, oh, that was really cool. I didn't believe in this, but this is really cool. So, you know, I've been preparing the same way that I prepare for any show, you know.
Definitely is a way to show that you also have discipline, that you have put this commitment on the way you work and your ethics. This is the reason you came to the US. This is the reason you followed your dreams, and doing this show, while it is an experiment, is another commitment to make something that is going to be beautiful, that is going to be successful,
Right.
and that is going to continue innovating and opening new horizons for more events like this to happen, especially when it combines this amazing background, heritage, and diversity in music and language, and the richness of different ways of putting sound and music together.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I could not be more honored. And, you know, this to me is not something that I just pick. This has been my call, my first love. The reason why I've done pretty much everything in my life is a lifestyle. I always put in my social media tag, music is life and life is music. I think that sets it all, you know.
So what will be the invitation for whoever is still unaware, or I don't see how, but maybe undecided about what to do on March 6th throughout the whole day, actually, because there's 2 opportunities of enjoying of Claudia Acuña in this concert that is going to be a virtual concert, but definitely not for that, something that is something you want to miss.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's not just live streaming, it's not pre-recorded. We're going to be live, and also you are going to be there with us. You can be cuddling in your couch or bed with hot cocoa, or have dinner with us, and or have fun dressed up. Let's be children's and be, you know, playful. Make a date, you know, dressed up. Use that dress or that outfit that you wanted to wear and you have not been able because of COVID, because we're all going to see you anyway on Zoom, and take a chance. And then you can tell me, support independent musicians, support the arts, the music. And I hope to see you there. On March 6th, you can pick one show. You can pick the whole day and spend the whole day with Claudia Acuña and friends.
¿Algo más que desees agregar, Claudia?
No, solamente lo agradecida que estoy de esta conversación. Esto ha sido muy lindo, el apoyo, los espero. No sean tímidos, la van a pasar bien, súper bien. Elijan un show el día entero, jueguen con nosotros y a lo mejor vístanse lindos, como con esa ropa que no han podido usar porque la pandemia, y apoyen a un músico independiente y qué sé yo, a lo mejor intenten algo completamente distinto este sábado. Los invito, muchas gracias y nos vemos a la próxima, ¿no?
Esta es nuestra conversación con Claudia Acuña en vísperas de el que será su concierto este 6 de marzo desde el Academy of Music en Northampton. Una presentación sin audiencia, pero que tendrá todo el aspecto visual y auditivo presente a través de una transmisión en línea, y todo esto producido pues por Claudia junto con Laudable Productions.
¿Dónde la gente puede ir a buscar los tickets? Pueden ir a mi Instagram, que es @ClaudiaAcunaMúsica, y en la bio ahí pueden hacer clic y ahí está la página de Third, siempre se me olvida, ¿ves que somos mal?
Third Row Live.
Gracias.
Third Row Live, y en los eventos está Claudia Acuña para este 6 de marzo. Y desde luego toda esta información también estará disponible con los enlaces una vez esta historia esté publicada en nuestra página. Así que la información está ahí disponible. Bueno, pues gracias, muchísimas gracias, Claudia, por este tiempo, y esperando que esta presentación sea una experiencia memorable, tanto para la audiencia como para ti, que sea la inspiración para continuar creando mucho más trabajo, que siga siendo la inspiración que también ayuda a muchos más a seguir tus pasos. Es una historia que esperemos que se pueda seguir repitiendo en muchos casos más, de gente que siga sus sueños y llegue a un lugar donde pueda hacer esos sueños realidad.
Que sí sea, donde quiera que estén y donde quiera que deseen realizar sus sueños. Muchísimas gracias y les deseo mucha felicidad y salud a todos.
With this, we conclude this conversation with our guest, Claudia Acuña, that has been recorded online, and hopefully there will be a moment where we can resume to doing it in the traditional way, face-to-face. Thank you again, Claudia, for this beautiful time and conversation. And with this, we conclude our session of Radio Plasma. I'm Johan Rashi Vega. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.